Hello. Hello, everybody. Good to see you guys. Welcome, welcome. All right, let's make sure we're going here. We are going good. Pacino can come through at some point. I miss him so much. That just had the comment I caught. I think we got a lot. We got a lot for me to share tonight, and I can't wait for you guys to make some connections. But hello, everybody. It's great to see you guys here. As always, please just give me a thumbs up or something. Let me know that you can see and hear me okay. And hopefully we don't have any trouble with our internet connection like we did last week. So we'll just keep our fingers crossed for that. But for those of you who are catching this for the very first time, my name is Elaine. I'm the Animal Reiki Lady, and I am an animal chaplain and an animal Reiki master. This is the SoulPet channel, and we are dedicated to helping people who have experienced or who are working through the loss of an animal companion whose animal companion has crossed to the other side. We have a wonderful community here, so you can you can follow along with. I'm going to try to point in the right direction. It's so weird that my screen flips when I do this, but is what it is. You guys can follow along in the comments because it's a very supportive community. You can see everybody saying hello to each other, and it is so nice to see you guys here. So we normally take a couple minutes just to let everybody jump on, give everybody a second to get settled in, and we talk about the weather. We talk about a couple things. I want to point out my little peace lily over there. I'm using a different hand. My peace lily over here. Since I started bringing her to these videos, which it's only been a couple of weeks now, for the first time she's getting flowers. She got flowers maybe 2 years ago was the last time that she had a flower, and there is an enormous flower right now. So I'm hoping for a couple more too. So I'm so excited about that. That's one thing about moving to an area where there's humidity. Plants like that tend to thrive. They do better when there's humidity. So that's I'm happy to have her here with us. All right. So what else? We're going to talk tonight about automatic writing. I do want to talk about dreams because someone had asked a question about dreams. I will dedicate another whole episode to dreams. It's a really dreams is probably like I would call that advanced signs from our animal companions, but I'm going to talk a little bit about it tonight. I want to talk a little bit, and I don't see this person on here just yet, but I think that that most of you can relate. It's someone who reached out to me after watching one of the videos to say that every time they think of their animal companion, it's like having their heart squeezed in a vice. And how do we work through that? So I'm going to offer some suggestions for that, but we are going to spend most of our time talking about automatic writing. And I kid you not, when I share this information with you, it is almost the secret to everything that I'm going to share. Does it happen instantaneously? I would say it takes some practice. It has taken me some practice. And I will talk more about that as we go on. But there's so much that you can access beyond connecting with our animal companions when we practice the whole thing that I'm going to share with you about automatic writing. It's the secret to everything. I mean, the automatic writing isn't the way that we connect to receive the information through automatic writing can get you so much insight and help you to trust your intuition. But let's say hello to everybody first. So yeah, for those of you who catch this on the replay, you can give it like 5 minutes or so. We scroll through, I look at everybody's comments, I say hello to everybody, we do a greeting. And if you become a channel member, you get the same type of response. All my beautiful channel members, I love you guys so much. So let's give a huge shout out to Cheryl, Miss Nunya, New York business. And Sherry, great to see you. Yeah, I hope everyone is having a great week. I'm so stoked because this is the week, right? I think Saturday into Sunday, we spring forward, and I know for some people that's losing an hour of sleep. So start prepping for it now. You just do a couple minutes, like 5-10 minutes every day, just to retrain yourself until that hits. But then we are in spring, and I'm so excited for spring. Okay, so let's see. Pat, good to see you. Hello, hello. And Sherry, also good to see you. Donna, hello. Kali, great to see you here. Kathy, the first Kathy. We'll see if the second Kathy is here. Z, awesome to have you here too, my friend. And who else gets a big shout out? Okay, that's it. That's my wonderful channel members. And as Pat has so kindly pointed out when I posted about joining this channel, it really does help me to do this work. Now you can watch 100 channels on YouTube, and they will all say the same thing. Thank you for your support. It helps me. It helps me to do this work. It helps this channel to keep going. I'll be perfectly honest, to do the channel itself, to do the work itself, doesn't take any financial effort whatsoever. It really doesn't. Yet you hit go and it just takes a few minutes of time. That's the biggest resource that it takes. But what it does help me to do is to offer my services on a donation basis. So anybody who needs assistance with grief counseling, anybody whose animal companion is approaching end of life or who has received a terminal illness and needs to talk through that and needs to think about planning in advance, anybody who wants to have a private reading. And these are all things now that I can do on a donation basis. That's what you're contributing to. You are helping others to be able to heal. And it's just a beautiful mission that we are all on. And I thank you so much all for your support. So that's for all my channel members. Huge shout out. Now let's continue down the line. Let's see who else is here tonight that might be joining us. AM, Hope Pacino comes through. All right. AM, remind me your first name, please. If you want to share. No one is obligated to share their first name. There's a reason why we have handles on YouTube. A lot of it is anonymous. Life isn't so good for me right now. It makes me missing him so much harder because he was such a source of comfort. All right, you can still have access to that comfort. And that's what, when we practice automatic writing and the exercise that I'm going to take you through this evening. So if you don't have a pen and paper handy, you might want to grab one or come back to this after the video and practice with it. Shalia, it is good to see you here. Great to have you here. Sarah, good to see you as well. You know the vice feeling. I think that all of us who have lost an animal companion, it doesn't matter the circumstance. We understand that feeling of it, just the light of the heart being squeezed, that feeling of I can't make this stop, and I want it to stop. And I'm hoping to be able to guide you to some comfort this evening with the practice I'm going to share. Thank you. You're funny, Kali. Yeah. And in the past, when I was first, I'll just be, because I prefer to be transparent and honest and open. And this is not like there's no secrets. There's nobody here but me. I have no tech team. It's me, myself, and I. So when something goes wrong, I can only blame myself and I for the tech issues. And I'm a low tech woman in a high tech world. But I don't want anybody to feel that they can't be helped because they don't have the funds to do so. And I trust that the people who can donate will donate. And when I first started this, it wasn't like that. I was trying to find a way to sustain this practice and to be able to walk away from my corporate job and still bring in an income for my family. And it really has all worked out. I trust that the animals have set this all up for us. They've set it all up for us. So anyhow, now, yes, donations. Let's see who else we're saying hello to. Fatima. Fatima, was it you who, I think it was you who might have mentioned about feeling the vice around your heart, now that I see your handle. And Tammy, it's good to have you here. Great to see you, my friend. Sarah, awesome. You are so welcome, Sarah. Truly, I look forward to these Monday nights. I love connecting with you guys. And throughout the week, I have gotten a little bit away from the habit of doing my regular short videos. Just sometimes time gets away from me. Sometimes I don't feel the inspiration. And I wait for the animals to inspire me with those messages. And sometimes I am so inspired that I make like 5 or 6 right in a row, and I can just post them one right after the other. But we've been a little bit of a quiet space for that, but I suspect that it will come up again. So if you guys have any questions, post your questions. You can post them as a comment. And that also inspires me and helps me to come up with different ideas. For example, when I share how to kind of ease that feeling around your heart when you feel like it's being squeezed, it's going to be worthy of a little short video to help others as well. Pamela, okay, thank you very much. So let's begin our conversation. Z, every single evening I hugged Pockets and carried him around the house, looking in every mirror which he loved, and I just hugged him, telling him how much I love him. It hurts now. I'm going to share something with you guys. I thought about whether or not I wanted to share this, but I think I do want to share it, so I'll do that first. The first thing is I'm wearing Winston's name tag right now, so he has it. This actually is it's backwards. This is the one that says deaf because he was deaf. So his name tag, in case he ever got out, he was also microchipped. In case he ever got out, that we'd be able to locate him and people would understand that he couldn't hear. So I'm wearing his name tag because it makes me, it comforts me. It brings me comfort to feel a little piece of him. This thing that was always around his neck all the time, that jingle, jingle, jingled. I love to have it right around my neck. My father crossed to the other side in August of 2021. Oh my gosh, the years just fly by. I just can't believe that. So my father passed, and my mother wears his watch, and my mother places a picture of him on his pillow next to the bed. And she says to me that it brings her a sense of closeness to him. It's not so much comfort, and it's not done out of loss. It's done out of making it, when she wears his watch, she feels connected to him. So I'm going to share. Okay, I'll share one more thing with you. I wear, okay, you guys, maybe I shouldn't share this. I wear a pair of my dad's socks, and it just feels wonderful to have something of his close physically to my body. The point is that when we can find a way to help our connection feel stronger, then it opens us up to being able to connect with them and to be able to receive messages from them. And when I share with you the technique that I want to help you receive messages from your animal companions, I want you to think about first feeling close to that animal companion. So it may be saying their name out loud. It may be singing a song that they like to hear. It may just be talking to them. It may be walking around from mirror to mirror, just looking in that mirror and visualizing and seeing pockets with you and knowing that his energy is still right by your side. Z, he wants you to know that more than anything, that he has not left. It's just that his energy has taken a different form, because their energy does not, and I don't know the actual answer. I can't tell you why a beautiful animal companion comes into our life for such a short period of time, whether it's 2 years or 20 years. That is an answer I don't 100% know. I just trust that they were on a journey that was unique to them, and it's a journey that's unique to you and them. So when they cross, it's continuing. There's something more there than just losing them, because we have not lost them. We have to reestablish a different connection, and we have to learn how to have a new relationship. It's a long distance relationship. We have to figure it out. If we want to continue that relationship, then we need to do a little bit of work on our end. We have to do sometimes a lot of work on our end. But that's why I want to share one of these tools with you tonight that I use, which is automatic writing. And automatic writing has, even the name of it doesn't make a lot of sense, because it's not like it should be called even channeled writing. That would turn people off. It's being able to receive information from this field that surrounds us. But I'm jumping ahead. All right, I'm going to check out a couple more comments, and then we are going to continue with this. I first wanted to talk about the dreams. So Shalia says, Friday, my best friend Sweets will be gone for a year, and I've at least stopped crying every day. There is something about time, and it's not that it heals all wounds, but with time, things become a little more manageable. Maybe that's the word. I finally see her laying on my couch out of your peripheral vision. But you did see her. That's wonderful. When we can be open to that possibility, open to the possibility that if they can find a way to physically reach out to us, they will. Sometimes we talk about signs all the time. It can be through electronics. It can be through like the flashing of a light, or a song coming on, or a light flicking off. Last night, I have to tell you guys this. I have this little, you can't see it from here, but it's a little round, clear ball and light. It's got lights where I love all my lights. I love different colored lights, and it cycles through all the different colors. It's a really, it's just a soft, soothing light to me that I like to see. I keep it behind a picture of a wolf that I have over here. And last night, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, the thing came on. Out of nowhere, it came on. When that kind of thing happens, don't write it off as coincidence. There was once, some of you guys were in a class with me when this light over, getting used to using the correct hand, this light over here flickered off, and then on, and then off, and like it was doing it like Morse code. And I don't take those things as just things that are happening. Last night, that light came on for a reason. When that happens, I immediately do my thing. I grab my notebook, I grab my pen, and I write down whatever the message is that's coming through, and I'll tell you how to interpret and get that message in a second. Karen, hi, it's good to see you. Is that still the same, Kathy? Yes. Asked my boy for a sign this morning, and his photo fell off the wall. That's the way it works. That is the way it works. Their photo will fall off the wall. A feather will float out of nowhere. You'll find a coin. You'll hear their name. You'll hear a song. You'll smell them. Or they'll do something completely obvious, like have their picture fall off the wall, or you're going to walk into a store like I did, and there's a big shirt. I'm bigger than in gold letters, Sweet Lucy, right across it. They will find ways to reach out to you when we can be open to receive those messages. All right, real quick, talking about dreams. This was the first question. Then we'll do the part about releasing your heart as I start to talk about automatic writing, because it's kind of tied into that, the little process that I use. So the question that came up, I think it was, okay, let's see if we got you back. How ridiculous. I use this all day long. All day long, I'm on my computer. I'm doing different videos. I hold Zoom classes. What the heck? No, look at Elaine's frozen face. I'm staring at you. That's hysterical. Listen, Ms. Nunya, New York business. Anyone know a good joke? I did reboot. That's what I have to do. I have to restart and reconnect the whole thing. That's hilarious. Michael, good to see you. You are so welcome. Michael, you are so welcome, because I've gotten so many comments about that particular video that I didn't even know it was going to make be that impactful. Okay, I was talking about automatic writing. Don't worry, I was talking about dreaming. I was not meant to share the information about dreams. I will keep an eye on the little it comes across a tiny little yellow line that says your connection is unstable, but we'll just keep our fingers crossed. You can do automatic writing. You can do, oh, right. Okay. Yes, everybody can do automatic writing. Daisy is, for those of you who are commenting about Daisy, Daisy is an absolutely beautiful dog. That's not the Daisy that I posted the picture of. It's not Daisy the Great Dane that I recently posted a picture of. It's a different Daisy, but just as absolutely beautiful and still with us. So I'm going to show you. Let's get down right to the automatic writing piece, so that in case I lose your connection again, if I lose you guys again, somebody give a shout out just like we did before. Hi, Ocean Lee. How are you? Good to see you. And we're back. Yes. Okay. Automatic writing. I call it that because I don't have any other name for it. I have in the psychic development class on Saturdays, I called it light scripting. It's still too woo. It's too hairy-fairy. I need to come up with an actual name for what this is, for what receiving information is, and that's what we're going to talk about. So I'm just going to look down at my notes to make sure I'm not missing anything. So the first thing that I need, that I'm asking you to agree with me, and if you don't agree with me, that's totally fine. Then I would encourage you to do some of your own research. I dive deep into this stuff. I go way, way down the rabbit hole. I want to know all there is to know. And there's a part of me that wants to know the science as well as the spirituality and the metaphysics. I am a total believer. The metaphysics and the spirituality part, I got it. When people speak about this stuff, it resonates. But then I want to know that it's real and not just something that feels good to me. And that's where I really got into quantum physics. And I started, it's not that although I'd love to take a course in quantum physics, I haven't quite done that yet. I have really delved deep into the science behind it. So the quantum field is a thing. It's recognized by the scientific community. If you need that validation, I no longer do, but I like the understanding. The quantum field says that in this space that is all around us, it's not empty space. We think that it's air. We think we have four walls and we are here in a room and there's walls that surround us. And we put things in our space that take up the space. And we talk about things like, do we have enough space? There is not enough space, but the space is not empty. Everything, they're called plunks. That's how tiny they are. Can't think of it, but it's after the person who first came up with that idea, and his name is Max Planck. The plugs are the tiniest, even smaller than atoms. They're the thing that takes up everything. It's not something you can visualize. Just because you've never seen $1 million doesn't mean that $1 million doesn't exist. And I'm going to share a little bit more about that too. You cannot see these things with our human eye, but it's all there. I want you to think about, I used the word bridge in a conversation I was having earlier, that our paper and our pen that we're going to use to receive these messages are the bridge between our brain, which can receive these messages, and this quantum field that flows to, through, and around us. And the quantum field isn't even something that we need to step into because we're part of it. Every cell in our body, everything is part of this field. It's just that here, where we reside in this physical experience and on this physical planet, the energy has arranged itself into a physical body. And our bodies only last for a certain period of time. And but our brain has access to all of this information that is out there that still is not materialized, but it's full of information. And information, it's the only word that I know to give it. So everything that can be known, ever was known, is known, will be known, is in the quantum field. And you can do a little bit of checking. I mean, go ahead and Google it. I mean, not that Google's the expert, but it'll bring you up some scientific articles that can explain it probably better than me, the lay person, can explain it. I am just going to check channeling on paper. Yes. Oh, that's the other Kathy. Hi, Kathy. I have to know the science too, right? My brain looks for validation. It looks for proof. I don't want to just be out here spewing things that aren't true. I want to be able to share with you information, and I want to share it with you because I want you to know that it works, that it's not just a ritualistic prayer or something that we're going to do. This is a technique that works. And for anybody who's ever had a reading with me, you know it works. It just works. And I have no explanation for where the information comes from other than this field. And like, I don't have a crystal ball. It just, I've learned how to access this energy that floats all around us. Information, energy, the essence of our animal companions, the soul of every living thing that ever has been. It's all in this field that is infinite, beyond what our human minds can understand. Whew, I got myself worked up there, and now I'm warm. Okay, so your pet's soul, your animal companion's essence, resides in this field. When your animal companion leaves their physical body, it is instantaneous. I know I've repeated some of this before, but there's some new people here too. It's instantaneous. So 1 second, even saying the word second or instantaneous is too long. Their energy, their soul, their consciousness, their awareness was in a physical body, and suddenly it wasn't. I can't remember off the top of my head who I did the reading for. Somebody, I know you'll say it here in the comments. Saul, when they left their physical body, was looking down and saw and described for me, and that's not the best way to put it, but I got a sense of what that animal companion was actually visualizing. Like, oh, look at that, watching mommy carry me down the steps. And so that's what happens. They leave, and it's for humans as well. It is for people also. When the soul and the essence leaves the body, it goes immediately into this field that is all around us. And your animal companion's soul is right there, and it doesn't go somewhere. So it doesn't like float off and you'll never, and it's going to take forever to find them, to know where they are in this beautiful field. It stays right with you. You have access to all of it all the time. They're your partner. They've always been your partner. They will not abandon you just because they're not in a physical body anymore. So they're in this field. I was going to say one more thing about that. When they leave their physical body, that they stay right with you. Oh, we just don't, because we can't see it, we don't recognize it. But if you've ever had another animal companion in your home who stares off into the corner, you can see this on one of the videos that I did for Animal Reiki. I was demonstrating Animal Reiki with 2 Weimaraners, and it was just me and the 2 Weimaraners. I was house sitting and dog sitting, and they stare off into the corner. And only when their human came home did I learn that she had a third one that had passed away. So animals can sometimes sense or see. Cats in particular are great at it. The energy or the essence, they know that that soul is still there. We can't see it with our physical eyes, so we believe that we have lost our animal companion. We believe that their essence has gone, that they now wait at the Rainbow Bridge, and the Rainbow Bridge is a lovely, comforting concept. And we think that our animal companions are somewhere out there at the Rainbow Bridge, waiting for us patiently, for the day that we leave our physical body and we come to the Rainbow Bridge. We're reunited and we cross the Rainbow Bridge into heaven. It's a lovely, comforting thought. I think it's more comforting that our animal companions are right here with us. They're not in some faraway field watching tapping watching their watch. Like, does anybody wear watches anymore? That they are still here right with us, and they cannot wait for you to be able to connect with them. So first thing is recognize that they're right here and they're in this field. This field contains all kinds of information. That's why I say it's the secret to everything. When we do this automatic writing exercise in a minute, we're going to use it to be able to make connection with our animal companions and to receive a message from our animal companions. You can do it for anything. When you don't trust your own intuition, you can ask for the information to come in from the field. It is a deeply intuitive practice. You are accessing information from any source that you want. If I wanted to speak to my father, which I do on many occasions, besides just speak to him, I ask for information. I ask for guidance. I ask for direction. I ask for confirmation of intuitive insights that I might be receiving. I sometimes will speak directly to what I call source. It may whatever your divine power is, whatever the God of your own knowledge is, that's what I access. And you can go directly to the source and ask for insight, ask for information, ask for what to do, ask for the solution to a problem. Shared information back and forth. I've shared information many times saying, wow, that was the best ever. We really came up with something good that time. And I will talk openly like that to the universe. You can also give feedback that says, that really sucked. I don't think we did a good job that time around. Let's do something a little bit different. You can have a conversation about your animal companions crossing, saying that left me feeling empty. Please show me how to rebuild the pieces of my heart again, how to let that vice go. I'm going way off here of what I plan to talk about. Let me just check the comments. Broken down about many meetings about Gary and Tato. Social worker talked about being addicted to the grief or the worry of being happy again could feel like a betrayal. Sometimes that comes up. I am not a psychologist. I'm not a social worker, so I can't always say that. But sometimes I do think that. Sometimes I think that that the grief is a familiar, okay, what did I call it before? A warm blanket of poo, like wrapping yourself in this wonderful warm blanket of crap. That's why we keep coming back to it again and again and again. So we have to find a way to let it go. But anyway, no component of time. Plus, there is no component of time where they are in heaven. It's heaven immediately. Like, heaven is instantaneous. They are in heaven. If you want to call this field heaven, it's right there. It is everything. There's no, we try to label everything here, and it's what we do. But anyway, it's the hole that's hard to fill. One day my fur ball cat was looking up at the ceiling fan, and the fan was off. Yep. Benny used to stare at the wall. There you go. I bet he wasn't. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys continue chatting, making sure that I've still got everybody. Okay, we're still good. Feel guilty for being happy sometimes. They want us to be happy. There's no need to feel guilty. They want us to be happy. They want us to be able to fill that hole in our heart. They don't want that. It's not like they're being selfish over there going, oh, look, she loves me so much that she cried about me again today. No, they would love for us to just be so happy. We're meant to enjoy the life that is here. And I think that part of the reason that they cross when they do is to help teach us how to continue learning to live a happy life. And that there are many animals out there who would welcome a loving home. subject for another day. Okay, so let's talk about this. I'm going to guide you through a process that to help you receive a personal message from your pet. My goal tonight is to help you this evening receive a personal message from your animal companion. The message can be feelings. It comes through a lot as feelings. I'm going to ask you to write that down. Your pen and your paper, you know what I do. I joked about this on Saturday. I was digging around for my pen. I'm like, oh, wait till you see my pen. This is the most amazing pen. You're just going to be so amazed when you see my 99-cent Bic pen. This is my bridge to the other side. This is my bridge. My pen and my paper allow me to access this information without thinking about it too much, without overthinking it. Our brain is designed to receive this information. If you've ever received an insight of any kind where you just knew something was going to happen, or you walked into a room and you knew that there was trouble brewing in the room, or you walked into a room and you knew that two people were attracted to each other. Did you ever feel that electricity in the air? You can feel that. Well, we are able to interpret that information and use that information. It does not have to be random. It does not have to be, oh, I remember that time when. You can tap into it anytime you need to, anytime you want to. So think of this as your bridge, your cell phone that connects you to this information. I did start to say that. Think about in this space, all this space. I keep looking around my own room, but in all this space, there are radio signals for how many hundreds, millions of radio stations, hundreds in this area. And then think about every place all over the world that has radio. Then think about television stations. I am in the Midwest, and we've in this particular area, we've got 700 television stations that come in through what? They come in through what? You can't you can't peek behind your computer right now and go, Elaine, you back there? No, it's where is this coming from? It's all floating in this beautiful field of energy, and you have access to it, and you don't need a cell phone tower. You've got it right inside your head. It's called your pineal gland. I can show you an exercise for that another time, but it's already there. We're going to activate it tonight without even thinking. Okay, so this field carries the energy. We are going to use this and this as the bridge to receive those messages. It can come through as feelings, and if it does come through as a feeling, then you write the feeling down. It can come through as words. I get words all the time. Everybody's going to receive this information in a little bit different way. Each of you is unique, just like me. You have a different way of communicating. Some people are visual learners. Some people are auditory. Some people like to write. However that information comes through to you, that's how you are going to perceive it. I am asking you to write it down so that you can validate it, so that you can trust it, so that you don't question yourself, that you don't second guess yourself. I want you to write down everything that you receive. All right. So that's what we're going to do. The first way that we do it, I've talked about this before, it's called Heart-Brain Coherence. If you were to go to the Heart Math Institute, heartmath.org, I think it's heart-math.org. It is a nonprofit organization, a very well-respected, scientific-based organization that measures the coherence between our heart and our brain, and not just individuals, but for whole groups of people. It explains a lot of group consciousness. It explains a lot of group behavior when it comes to certain actions. There was a group that meditated, or group violence, those types of things. It's all about the alignment that we have. So if you want to learn more about that, that's where you would go. I call it the H factor, and it is called our head, our heart, and in the Japanese system of Reiki, your core is called your Hara, H-A-R-A. So I just like the three H's, head, heart, Hara. And it's about balancing those, harmonizing those, aligning those. When we are stressed, when we are angry, when we are in grief, these things are out of alignment. Our gut is out of alignment with our heart, is out of alignment with our brain. And we can often feel that. You feel icky. You feel that something is not right and it's not balanced. So I'm going to show you tonight how to balance it. And if you say, which is a very logical thing to say, I've said to myself many times, I can't do this. I can't meditate. How do I align my head and my heart and my Hara? What? what you're going to do is set the intention that this is real. And you are going to devote the next few minutes of your time to your animal companion. Nothing else matters. I don't care if you had a flat tire today. I don't care what the bills are due. I don't care if somebody had an argument with you today. I don't care if somebody cut you off in traffic. None of that matters. None of it matters when it comes to our animal companions. Nothing is more important to me than being able to make this beautiful connection with Jack. Oh my gosh, do I love connecting with Jack. Think about your animal companion and how wonderful it will be to make the connection. And then all that external stuff doesn't make a hill of beans. It makes no difference whatsoever. So we are going to harmonize our head, our heart, and our Hara. And if you know any of this of the spirituality, metaphysical things, you've probably heard of chakras, and you heard of people talking about chakra balancing and chakra healing, and all of that is wonderful. This is so easy and so simple to think of three things: your head, your heart, and your Hara. And we are going to get them all in alignment. So if you can, if you're in a place where you can just be with me for a minute, I'm going to help you feel that balance. I'm going to help you bring in that balance so that you are in a space where you can receive the information. Okay, if you're ready, we're going to do this now. I'm going to help you balance these are energy centers, head, heart, and Hara. They're your energy centers. We're just going to help you balance them, because when your brain and your heart and your core are coherent, you're connected. You're connected to the field. You're meant to connect to the field. We're not meant to be just floating around here randomly having life happen to us. We are meant to be connected. So I want you to begin. If you're driving, or if you're, out or cooking dinner, whoever normally cooks dinner, if you're doing something where you can't do it, just come back to it. But if you are, I want you to be with me right now. We are going to focus on our breath, breathing, the act of, I was going to say active breathing, the act of conscious breath, of being aware of our breathing. It's the first step to helping us be in alignment. So you just nice deep breath in. You don't have to close your eyes if you don't want to. Eyes closed, eyes open, it doesn't matter. You're going to breathe in a nice deep breath. Breathe it all the way in. Let your lungs do a happy dance, but breathe it all the way in. Oh, and then just let it release. And I like to think of two things. When I breathe in, I like to think of breathing in the essence of my animal companion. If they are here with me, if Jack and Lucy and Winston are all here in this space with me, when I breathe in, I'm breathing them in. Breathe them all the way in through your head, down through your heart space, and into your core. Breathe it. Your lungs naturally fill up nice and deep. So you're going to breathe in. And when you release, let go of anything that doesn't matter. Let go of it all. Let go of the daily stress. Let go of your questions. Let go of your doubts. Let go, just for the moment, of the sadness. Just let it breathe right out of your body. Because the other beautiful thing about this field is that it can take that from you. And that's what alchemy really is. If you've ever heard the word alchemy, it can take those denser feelings and emotions and turn them right back into the beautiful love that we love to breathe in. So you just breathe in and release. And breathe in and release. And then we set an intention. And by setting an intention, it's not complicated. Just think about your animal companion and say to yourself, I am connecting with them. They are here right with me. I feel it because I can feel tingles. I can feel chills. I feel this fullness in my heart that wasn't there a minute ago. That's how you know. So you breathe in, you set the intention, and you feel their presence. Feel their warmth. Feel their paw on your heart. Feel the tingles. Feel the emotions. Just let it flow into you. And that is how you create the balance. It aligns your head, your heart, your Hara breathing in. They'll do the work for you. Think of them, call them to mind, feel them, and be fully open to receiving. And this is the space where we're connected. This space right here. Listen to my voice. We are connected, and we can begin to receive our messages. So in this space, I want you to pick up your pen and your paper. I'm going to do this right along with you. Open your book to a page. If you've got a little book, a big book, I keep books of all kinds. I make sure that there's paper around me all the time. I have little pads. I have medium-sized pads. I have my 99-cent copybook and my beautiful big pen, my bridge to connecting with them. They are ready. When we are ready to receive, they've already been ready. They are ready to share the information with us. So you set the intention. I am open to receiving my animal's message. My animal companion has a message and I'm ready to receive. There's no judgment. I want you to write right now whatever comes to your mind. It doesn't matter what it is. Don't judge it, whether it's a word, a feeling, a repetition of words, an unusual sound, anything at all. I want you to begin to write it right now. It could be a direct answer. You could receive a download of information right now, but I just want you to be easy about it. In fact, that's the first word I'm going to write down. I got easy. Easy peasy. Bright and easy. So I'm going to be quiet for just a minute. I want you to feel this connection. And if you feel that your mind starts to think about things again, that's okay. You just refocus on your breath. Refocus on your breath and ask your animal to companion to help you settle in and share whatever message they want to share. And I want you to begin to write right now. I'm going to zip it. I'm writing down the word zip it. And for those who might be, this is just for people who are watching this on the replay, you play right along with us. You go right ahead. Write down whatever comes to your mind. Write down the feelings. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Whatever it is, don't judge it. I just want you to write it down. I'm still writing, so you guys can write too. And I'm going to read comments while you guys continue to write because I could see them scrolling by. All right, I'm going to share something with you guys. Now I'm just going to kind of reel you back in for a minute. You can keep writing if you want to keep writing. Am I supposed to breathe out through my mouth or doesn't matter? It really doesn't matter. You have got, there'll be all kinds of things. I watched a great video about a yoga teacher from India who said, everybody has gotten this so wrong. Yoga, there's too many rules. We have made up too many rules. Breathe however it is natural for you. Natural breath is all it takes. There's all kinds of breath work. I've seen a ton of videos on breath work. Another thing I explored in depth, breathing in, breathing out, breathing into a count of 4, breathing out to a count of 4, huffing breathing, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, making a sound as you breathe out. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You breathe at your own natural pace. Your animal companion never picked any particular way to breathe. They always breathe naturally, and that's all you need to do. I'm going to suggest that even as you guys were writing the comments, that it was a form of automatic writing, that you were receiving information to share with each other that was intuitive insight, and your own animal companions that are in this beautiful field. I was going to say on the other side because it's just what I'm so used to saying now. That your beautiful animal companions were inspiring you to share the information that you're sharing, and that it's a form of channeled writing. When you write that information, you are channeling when you comment to each other. You're receiving insights, you're sharing those insights, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So I am going to goosebumps. I would write that down too, like write down the goosebumps. I wrote down a couple things that I saw in the comments that I'm going to share with you guys in a minute. When you write, if anybody would like to share, I would love to hear if there's anything at all you want to share that you can put it in the comments when you were doing your automatic writing. You don't have to share anything if you don't want to. If you didn't get anything, I would like you to share that too, so that I can kind of guide you a little bit further. But I'm going to read to you what came through to me super fast. Like normally I like to meditate. I like to put on my sleep mask and I like to really meditate. And then I pop off the mask and I write. But I started to write this easy peasy, bright and easy. And then I wrote down the word zip it. I just said, I'm going to zip it right now. For some reason that came up to me. And I don't know if I need to hear this information or somebody on the channel needs to hear this information, but play. I want to play with me, play with me. When a word comes up again and again and again, I take that as like a repetitive word is important. So play with me is what I got. And I know that Lucy loved to play. Jack loved to play too. Oh my gosh. When I think Jack is giving me this memory right now, Jack had a monkey. It was the most hilarious thing. It was a skinny little scrawny monkey, but when you threw it, when it landed, it would make the weirdest noise. I can't even make the noise. And he loved that thing. He would go running after that monkey, grab it, and then run circles. We had like an open concept floor. He would just run around and around and around from the dining room to the living room to the back, and to watch him with that monkey. And all you had to do was make that noise. So play. Clearly that was Jack coming through. And then I got California. So out of nowhere, the word California popped in my mind. So whoever needs to hear the word California. And then thirsty came up, and it reminded me that I'm very thirsty and not doing enough hydration. Sunny walks. This happens to me. I write too fast. Sunny walks by a river. Sunny walks by a river. I also got the sense that somebody needs to hear that. One of your animal companions wants to take a sunny walk by the river. And when you do that, all you do, I've done this for all of my animals and my father. I go to their favorite place and I let them look through my eyes. I just look at everything. I look at everything and I'm saying to them, just look through my eyes. See the things that you want to see. And if that means like your dog wants you to get down on the ground and take a good sniff of the grass, I would recommend that you do it. Time to go to the park. When my ears ring, so I'm reading the comments and I'm going to go back over here to the comments in a minute. As I'm reading the comments, somebody wrote that their ears ring. We talked about the ear ringing in the psychic development class on Saturday, and I will tell you guys the same thing. As soon as I hear that ear ringing, not tinnitus, it's a clear, high-pitched tone that I hear. I take that as there's information coming in from the field that I need to pay attention to. And I will get out my book and I will get out my pen and I will say to the ringing noise, okay, we need to slow down. I can't understand what's coming through. Nice and easy. Tell me the words that I'm supposed to write. And then you write them. And then out of alignment, Z. It takes a little bit of practice. I get what it means to feel out of alignment. I remember it not so much from any of my animals passing, although Winston was a good example. You guys who have heard Winston's story, I went bananas the day that Winston crossed. I've never been more angry in my whole life, and I was pretty much out of alignment. I was very out of alignment. Every day, focus on your breath and ask Pockets to help you. Pockets wants to help. All of our animal companions want to help. We focus on our breath. And when we focus on our breath and the alignment between our heart, right now, I just got that ringing. Maybe I'm just supposed to finish saying this particular thought. When we focus on our heart and our brain and our Hara and allow that breath and feel, if you want to listen to meditation, sometimes that helps. When we can focus on that alignment, even if it's just for a minute, it's a crack in the vice, that vice that has our heart. It just makes it release the littlest bit. And we can ask our animal companions to help. We can say, I can't do one more day like this. Can I please have a moment of relief? Help me find a moment of relief. And then remember what that moment feels like. And every single day, the moments will get a little bit longer and a little bit longer. And there will be good days and there will be bad days. And there will be days when you are feeling a little bit happier. And then another day where you don't want to get out of bed again. But it's okay. It's a journey. It's a beautiful journey. And our animal companions want to help us through it. Out of alignment, grounding with your bare feet. Amazing. That is a beautiful practice. I love to step outside. Step outside with your bare feet on the grass. And Mother Nature knows where you are. The earth knows where you are. Every animal on the planet will know where you are when you place your feet on the ground. And grounding is a real thing. Believe it or not, they sell grounding mats, just like they sell red lights. Instead of going out and looking, having the sun come through your natural eyes or stepping with your bare feet on the grass, they have a mat that you can stick on the floor that you can now put your feet on if you don't ever get outside. Find a way to get outside. It will quickly align your head, your heart, and your Hara. Nice breath in. I want to read some comments and see what we got. Hello, Lauren. I had a tingly feeling of elation. That is enough. That is enough. That validation, that feeling, just you saying that made me get the tingles. Those tingles, goosebumps, feeling a breeze on your face, a warmth, a warmth sensation, like just a beautiful warmth washing over your body. All of those things. Just the only reason I would have you write it down is so that you don't forget it, so that you remember and trust that that's the feeling that you received. And let's see, my brain isn't wandering. It's just blank. That's okay. If it's just blank, sometimes that's good. Sometimes to have something that is not the grief is good enough. Or if it's blank, it's okay. Come back to this. Come back to this at another time. It's a practice. We have not been trained to do this. It'd be like telling somebody that you have to go read a book in Spanish or Italian, and you've never done that. You've got to start somewhere. You've got to start with some basic words before you can read the novel, before you can read Don Quixote in Spanish. I only bring that up because I had to do that once in high school. It was horrible. So take it one step at a time. And then if something comes through to you, write it down. If it's 2 hours from now and a thought pops into your mind, write it down. I have tons of these journals because I now trust that the information I'm receiving, and I get this from you guys who tell me when I'm spot on with information. It's not because I've got some magic gift. It's because I practice. I practice and practice and practice some more. So let's see what other messages we have. Don't you think the older you get, the harder it is to train your mind or body into new ways of communicating? Old dog, new tricks? No, no, no. Yeah, I mean, yes, yes, yes. I don't believe that. I believe that neuroplasticity, there's another scientific concept for you. Look it up. Neuroplasticity. It used to be believed that the older we got, our brains were harder to train, and that we only had a certain number of brain cells, and that we could not learn new things. Like it'd be impossible for a 70-year-old to learn a new language, for example, or to learn any. There's just we've like used up our brain cells. Nope, nope, nope. And the more you practice something new, the more you are rewiring your brain. I got to write that down. Thank you so much for bringing that up. I will do a little bit more on neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity simply means that the brain cells in our brain physically can be rewired. It's how I know what I know now because I keep practicing and I keep doing this, and I set the intention that I am physically rewiring my brain. and I'm learning so much. I learned so many more new things. I want to learn Spanish. I am going to take whatever I have to do. I want to learn Spanish, and you can learn anything you want. You can learn to use automatic writing. It just takes a little bit of practice, and once you get into the habit of practice, you can completely rewire your brain. And the whole concept behind the Heart Math Institute is to retrain your brain. Who's a person I can give you? Dr. Bruce Lipton. He's a good one. He's from the University of Wisconsin, retired. Dr. Bruce Lipton talks about neuroplasticity. Just Google it, and there'll be scientific information about how to rewire your brain. And I'll also see what I can find more for that, so that right now I feel like I'm just giving you like the tip of the iceberg. Didn't get any words, but hugs, hugs, hugs. There you go. Z, that's all you need to write the word hugs down. I got a hug. I got a hug. For the vice on the paw, or for the vice around the heart, here's what I like to visualize. I forgot to mention this earlier. I like to visualize the paw. Your animal companion, imagine their paw releasing the vice. They want to help us, and that's the way to do it. Visualize their paws, magic paws, just taking that vice right off your heart, and then feel their paw right on your heart, and feel it just filling you with love. When I threw the ball to Benny, he would just look at it as it passed. I didn't get any words. Sharon, I'm not 100% sure. Did I say hello to you, Sharon? I don't know if I did. I might have missed your name. Hello. Jody. Hi, it's good to see you. Okay, I got angel face. I want the blue blanket, ants in the pants, tomato soup, apples, apple pie. When you get the repeat word, excuse me, when you get the repeat word, it usually is more meaningful. I want the blue blanket. Why, Jody, the blue blanket came up for me earlier. Something about the blue blanket. I'll have to go back and find out what that is. Ants in the pants. That's hilarious. So you write those things down. Here's the last piece of this. You may not understand what it means. Sometimes you will understand what it means, but sometimes it's not. It doesn't instantly come to you, and I call that Easter eggs. Like you're meant to find it at a future time. It's fun to hunt it down. It's fun to go on the Easter egg hunt and find out what those things meant. I joke all the time about somewhere in the Rockies. Why is your name Kuda? It's gone. Okay, doesn't matter. Kendra, why can I not get Kuda's papa's name? When we joke that all these things came through that were so apparent, except for the one thing, which was the marching band, and we still haven't figured out what the marching band has to do with anything. So just be open. Be open to the possibility that these things are going to present themselves. So let's just say apples, apples, apples. Tomorrow, when you walk outside, there's going to be a bushel of apples sitting on your deck because a neighbor was bought too many or something like that. It's the oddest things that they may share with us. But what they're trying to do is share information that can validate. So in the beginning, we take baby steps. I would ask even for information that validates that you are connecting with them, so that then when you start to connect with them for other things, like Lucy is my muse. When I talk to Lucy and ask for insight about what could I share with people tonight, I may put that out to Lucy. Then when I begin to write, I trust that whatever is coming through, tonight's the night that we should be talking about dreams. I'll start writing about all that information and be able to share it with you and trust it. So you build on it. We're starting out with something basic, and then you build on it. Let's see if there was any other messages. Always walk by the river, Sharon. There you go. I got a blue wheel, a horse in a field with a fence. Oh, interesting. See, write all that down. Write all of it down and see when it pops up for you. It could be a memory that you go, oh, that's right. It was a beautiful memory. Or it could be something that happens a week from now, when you are walking by a place where there's a horse and a fence and a wagon wheel or something. Want to travel to a dimension where pockets is using quantum physics and spiritually. Yeah, we'll talk more about that's the other reason that we want dreams and that we want to do quantum jumping, is because we want to like jump ourselves right out of this reality. We want to like dream ourselves that this isn't real. We want to get ourselves, but it doesn't quite work that way. We'd have to be super, I mean, then our name would be Buddha or Jesus or something. We can't, and even Jesus couldn't like get himself out of the worst situation possible. So it's challenging in the physical body to actually use quantum physics to change something in our life, but we can evolve. But that's a whole topic for another day. Whole topic for another day. Beginning, but is divertido. I don't know what that means. Health underlined. Got a sharp pain in the ribs on the left under the side, and the word garden. Okay, those I would take those as messages. So if a message comes through about your health, don't question it. Maybe you change something. Maybe you go to the chiropractor. Maybe you look up something. Maybe you look at what if you've done something different with your nutrition. Or well, things are. I can't tell you just to go to the doctor, but I mean, I would use that information in the way that feels intuitively right for you. So if you receive that information, I might explore it a little further and ask for additional insight about that. Maybe after you have done your automatic writing exercise, you also do some oracle cards, or you pray on it. You just think about it, you dwell on it to see what information comes through to you. And that's, you just pursue it a little bit further. Always had to write things down every day, notebooks. Yep, that's me on every subject. I have so many things. The quantum leap. Yep. A medical follow-up on Wednesday. I've had shoulder problems for 3 years. So there you go. It may just be a reinforcement that it's time to get yourself to the doctor and to not cancel that appointment. Like if that was like crossing your mind, I wonder if I really need to go. Yeah, the answer is go, because that's what you got. Okay, let's see what else we got here, and then we're going to wrap it up. We're over an hour already. Boy, time flies when you are having fun. Yes, you can. You can learn new things. It's actually fun. Donna, I'm right there with you. I love learning new things. That's why I love doing this. I love exploring. Look, I wrote down neuroplasticity. It's because I'm going to go do a little bit more homework on neuroplasticity. I love learning this stuff. And again, just like whoever said, amino acid trip, that's learn, right? I think, no, yes. I have so many books. I have book after book, and some books I've read 100 times, and then other books, I haven't even got to yet because I just haven't, something about them. I just trust that the timing is always right when I'm called to read a particular book. I want to show you guys this book that I just got. This is no longer in print. I had to get it from a used bookstore, but it's a really cool book, and as soon as I get a chance to explore it, I'll share some more with you guys. But it's called Prayers for Animals, and in my animal chaplain work, I'm sometimes called upon for actual prayer, so that's why I got this book. So it's more religious in tone, but there's some cool things in here too. So once I get a chance to look at it more, I'll share more with you guys. But yeah, so I'm always reading, always learning, always doing things, and I don't ever want to stop, because I mean, I think the day that we stop learning is the day, and the day we stop learning everything, including like technology, and as much as we have our social environment is so full of technology and that kind of thing, I want to keep abreast of everything, because I feel that's how we stay young, is by constantly learning and using our brain cells and using them the way they're meant to be, which includes not just learning things from other people and not just learning things from books, learning things from the field of information that surrounds us. Okay. Last check of the comments. I found stories I wrote down when I was alone with Tesla. Okay, beautiful moments. So glad I took the time to write them down when I did. Yes, there you go. There you go. When we go back and look, I love going back to look at the things that I've written. I don't think I have an old book around here, but I've got drawers, bags filled with old books that I love to go back and that I've written these things in, and I love to go back and look at them. Sometimes just to look at my own journey and see how far I've come. And I've been doing this for now 10 years. Yeah, 11 years. I've been doing this for 11 years. And I just couldn't be happier. And I don't see this ending. I don't see my learning and my education ending and my ability to share this information with others, because I think that's what I'm meant to do, is to be able to help other people. And then you guys go out and you help other people too. So, okay. All right. That's enough for now. My friends, it has been great to see you here tonight. Next week, we'll see. I've got a couple different topics written down here. More on dream work, neuroplasticity. We'll see what Lucy has to say. We'll see if Lucy has any insights for me. And also let me know if you guys have any questions that come up for you. I would be also happy to consider those as topics for future videos. Okay, it's been great to see you. You're so funny, Sharon. You guys are awesome. I love you so much. And if you are watching this on the replay and somebody hasn't told you recently, you are freaking amazing. You are awesome. Every single one of you here, every single one of you here tonight, every single one of you who watches this in the future, you are loved so much. May animals light your way. Take care, everybody.